Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your reading. This is a general reading for all Sagittarius rising and all Sun, Moon, or Venus placements in Sagittarius. I will bring in astrological influences for parts of this reading, so if you're not sure of your placements, simply search the internet for free natal chart and enter your birth date and your time of birth information. It will generate a birth chart for you that includes your planetary placements as well as your rising sign, your ascendant. Now, when I do refer to placements in houses in particular, that information will be based on Sagittarius rising. So if you have a different rising sign, be sure to check out that reading as well. I'm going to be posting the rest of them today. I've shuffled and cleared your cards, and I'll do a quick shuffle cut so that we can start your reading for the month of June. Remember, this is a general reading. It's not intended as a personal reading with specific messages for any individual. But please do connect with what fits with your life. And I'm going to start with a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. We'll look at it now, and then I'll refer to it during the reading and at the end to pull things together. Milk and honey with a rainbow in the background. This feels like abundance and happiness, no worries. I'll stop and read from the book for that to make sure that I'm picking up all the relevant messages for your reading. But first, let's go ahead and get your tarot spread. I'm going to pull 5 cards, and then I will also pull clarifiers as needed. And this first card, which is your topic, your focus for the month, got these upside down. I don't do reversals, by the way. And your top card is King of Swords. King of Swords, the most kingly of all the kings. And Swords is an air sign. We'll come back to that here in a second. The energy that Spirit's sending you to focus on this topic. They want you to focus on this month. And they're sending you Queen of Pentacles energy. Pentacles are earth sign. So far we don't have any fire in here. And Sagittarius, you're a fire sign. Oh, the moon. Okay. The moon. This represents your challenge. So it looks like there's going to be some hidden information, you either need to find out, or that will be revealed to you, or maybe something you're hiding from yourself. We'll get some clarifiers on that. And then we have the King of Pentacles. Oh, look at that. You've got a match. King of Pentacles. Notice that the caption on this card is wealth. And then we have, for your final outcome. This is great. Okay, 10 of Cups. It's interesting. You don't have any fire sign in here. No fire. Okay, well, let's talk more about these cards in general. First, we have the King of Swords. So what is it that Spirit says is a favorable... Why is June a favorable time then to work on this topic? Now, the kings are masteries of their element. And this is the element of air, which is about your intellect, your truth, character, principles, and communication. Kings take the mastery, the essence of their element, and they apply it outward to their kingdom, to the larger realm. And it says to me that you're going to use the mastery you have now, which is the Queen of Pentacles. Queens take that energy they have and the mastery they have, the essence of their element, and they apply it inward for themselves, and as well as inward to their domicile. For the Queen, that would be the castle. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean your home. If you look upon your workplace as a comfort zone where you have a family, your colleagues feel like family, and you've got friends there, and you also feel like this is part of your domain, then the Queen of Pentacles energy also applies to that area. Going from a queen to a king tells me that energy is expanding, maybe your sphere of influence at work, or maybe you're just expanding expertise over something. We'll clarify this one as well. Okay, the moon. The hiccups. The moon represents challenges or obstacles that are facing you this month. And as I said before, the moon represents secrets, hidden hidden truths, hidden information. It could mean that you are in denial about something, like the information is available to you, but you just don't want to believe. You're not interpreting it correctly or well so that it benefits you and helps you progress. Or it could mean that secrets are being kept from you. Or maybe you just haven't looked around and analyzed situations carefully and you've misinterpreted that way. So this is an obstacle you'll have to overcome as you use this earth energy, the queen, and earth represents your material resources, your sense of security, your work, and your environment, your immediate environment. Pentacles are about the earthly manifestations of spiritual awakening or enlightenment that you're given from the spirit guides. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. This is how you will overcome this obstacle or this challenge. The 10 of Pentacles represents ultimate happiness and achievement and wealth. And because this is an earth card, just like the Queen is. This earth energy, again, about your security, your material resources. Now, material resources don't just mean money in the bank or money in your wallet or purse. It represents everything you use in the earthly realm on this plane to get through the day, to survive well, to flourish. So it could be property, resources, investment, people, resources, investments. We'll clarify and find out more about what that means, but that's going to somehow a completion of a cycle, because 10s represent completion as well as abundance. This is going to help you, wherever you feel your power, wherever you feel your wealth, that energy is going to help you find the truth that you need to find so that you can use this energy to enhance the King of Swords there, your focus for the month. And then look at this. You have 2 10s. 10s are such a happy number. And 10 of Cups, this is just fulfillment and realizing your completion and your abundance in the area of the water element, emotion and love, romance, creativity. And I didn't think this was going to be a romance or love reading, but the fact that you've got both a king and a queen here says that that could be a possible outcome. When we clarify if that is what this represents, then it'll clarify that for us. But let's get into first let me talk about the full moon. We've got a full moon eclipse coming on the 3rd. And Sagittarius, it's happening in Sagittarius. So for those of you with Sagittarius rising, it's happening in your 1st house. Now, your sun sign, Sagittarius, this is what you see as your identity, your sun sign of Sagittarius. It's how you feel about you, how you see you. If I were to ask you to tell me about yourself, this is the sun sign energy is what you would communicate to me. Your 1st house ID is your outward ID. That's how other people would describe you if asked. Your boss, your partner, your friends, your family. What would they say about you? And that's your 1st house. And it doesn't just include your personality and your temperament, your demeanor. It includes your appearance, your attitude toward things that face you, whether it's experiences that are challenging versus experiences that are happiness. What is your attitude toward that, as well as first impressions you make? Well, you're getting a full moon in that area. Full moons ask you to reflect. And this full moon is going to ask you to, they all ask you to go back and reflect over the last 30 days or so since the last full moon. Well, that happened to be the eclipse that was in Scorpio, which is your 12th house. And it was a very powerful, forceful reflection. That eclipse forced you to purge and let go of things in your reflection about your spiritual growth and your spiritual connections, as well as completion of the last year, your karma, your subconscious, some deep reflection. And now you're being asked to see to go back and think over this last 30 days, over the month of May, to see if you're satisfied with how well you've reflected and then made use of what you came upon. This moon card here tells me that maybe you didn't go deeply enough. But don't worry about that, because you have two major planets that are going to be forcing some more reflection along with this full moon. And I think this is what is going to bring out some truth. And before I get to this card, let's look at the first planet that's going to be retrograding on the 11th, and that's Pluto. You know, Pluto moved into Aquarius recently and it stayed there for a couple of months. It got the lay of the land. It knows that it's going to go back into Capricorn now. It's going to retrograde and see what needs to be closed out there. Pluto is the planet of death, destruction, and renewal, rebirth. It, again, along with that eclipse last month, now Pluto is coming back into Capricorn. It's the terminator. It terminates things so that you can make room for new. And it told Aquarius, I'll be back. It told Capricorn it'd be back soon. And here it is again. It's going to be there until next January. Now, it's in your second house. Capricorn is your second house, those of you with Sagittarius rising. Your second house rules money and resources, career. And here's your Queen of Pentacles. Here is your Ten of Pentacles. So I believe that what's going to happen is that this Pluto retrograde starting on the 11th in Capricorn, and especially since it's going to start in some very critical degrees of Capricorn in that 28th, 29th, and 30th degree, especially since it's there, it really heightens the effect of this Pluto deep reflection and purging. And I believe this is when you're going to have some truths revealed to you. But let's get some clarification. Actually, I'm going to get some clarification on the Queen of Swords and the Moon. We know that the King of Swords, this is where you align your character, your principles, and your truth, what you know of your truth and your situation, and your intellect. You communicate that to the world. Is it aligned in the earthly plane? So we're going to see now how this Queen of Pentacles and the Moon are going to help out with that. There's your focus. Here's energy that Spirit is sending. Tell us more, Spirit, please. And you get the Eight of Cups. Okay. Yes. This card represents walking away and letting go, which is exactly what Jupiter and the full moon are going to have you do. And you may not even do it intentionally, because Spirit's sending the energy for it to happen here. And you will have the will to walk away from something. I feel like this is something, a belief or a mindset, a way of looking at the world, a perspective that you've been holding on to for a while, because it's built up to 8 cups. It may be related to the Ten of Cups here in terms of emotions and love, creativity. But your subconscious, that's represented by the Moon, it's going to reveal to you the messages that you need to step out of denial and walk away from something that's not serving you, that you haven't quite let go of, that Pluto is going to have you let go of. Spirit, tell us more. Tell us more about how Sagittarius will use this Queen of Pentacles energy to move toward his or her truth. And we have the Ten of Wands. You have 3 tens here. That means something is coming to an end. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands. Oh, okay. 5 of Wands means, as it says, strife. Now, 5 of Wands is also playful. Notice that you have some younger figures here at play. 5 of Wands is like a playful competition. Playful. So it's not, you're going to feel a little bit of upheaval. A little bit of inner strife, because you don't want to let go of whatever this is. See how this says indolence? It means that you have built up a real attachment to something. And this indolence means that you are either apathetic or slightly resistant, lazy about facing facing up to this, because it's going to cause enough upheaval in your life that you'll be out of your comfort zone for a while. And although Sagittarius, you're very adventurous, even wild sometimes, and you're confident, none of us, even you, like to be in out of our comfort zone. We don't like to be pushed out of our comfort zone, whether it's of our own doing or something outward. Now, this is fire energy. So fire energy does represent some inspiration and energy, and this is extra energy, and this is you. That's you, Sagittarius. You love the exciting. So we're going to see how you're going to be using this characteristic you have, this attachment you've built up, and the forced walking away, or maybe your choice to walk away, that will help you use this Queen of Pentacle energy, which, now your Queen of Pentacle, I'm going to remind you, it means that you have built up, or someone in your life has helped you build up, or maybe mentoring you about attending to your material resources. You've become wise about managing that. And you are able to do that within your domicile, whatever you consider your territory, your home, whether that's your home at work, your home in the classroom, your home at home, whatever it is, you've got some expertise there. And that needs to be clarified, thought about, examined, and communicated so that these skills, this truth that you have revealed here, embraces a wider influence, expanding the influence and presenting yourself. Remember, you've got the full moon in that first house of the ID that you present to the world. I feel like you're going to be changing the way you're seen. Maybe this is more of the way people see you now, that you love action, and you challenge yourself through competition, and that competition does involve others, and it's not malicious, but it looks like you're going to be presenting maybe a more mature or a more thoughtful appearance. Maybe you want to be valued. You want to be valued for more than this. The practical aspects, you want, and the fiery, excitable accents, your energy and inspiration. You want to be valued more for your wisdom and judgment, Sagittarius. And that's what you're working on this month. Okay, so the moon is reflection. It's intuition. Your intuition is going to be heightened. Now, another thing about this full moon right here is that it's aligned with a location in intergalactic space, hundreds of million light years away, at the gravitational center of a cluster of galaxies that has such a pull that it's going to influence this full moon. And the way it's going to help you in this reading is, in the month of June, your intuition is going to be greatly heightened. Now, Sagittarius, you are very intellectual, but you're also progressive. So I think you even though working with your intuition may not be your go-to strategy or go-to mindset, you're going to be open to intuition and hunches. I think that is what is going to reveal these secrets this month that are going to help you walk away, embrace your truth, and move toward this. And you're going to do it you'll do it in a practical way, but spirit and intuition is going to help you realize why you need to do this. You'll do it. Don't worry. You're going to be practical about it. Okay, 10 of Pentacles. This is how this energy, the spirit is sending you to help meet this challenge of the moon. This is a very practical energy. Again, the Pentacles, your resources, your security, your work, and it means the completion of a cycle. So I feel like when Pluto was in Capricorn before, in your first house, I feel like you made some major progress. And I feel like since that last eclipse happened a month ago, you have been purging. and you have set this as your goal. You want to enhance your material security and resources in this world. Spirit acknowledges this and wants you to keep this goal in mind and how you want to progress this new identity or new part of yourself, not a total identity, but a part of yourself that you want to use in your outward interactions in the world to achieve this. And that, keeping that in mind, is going to keep this inspiration. And by the way, Sagittarius, the fire element also has this aspect to it, which is that of planning and design. Y'all like to plan. You're not just reckless users of your energy and inspiration, your enthusiasm. You plan first. It may not look like that to people outside that think you're a little too careless or reckless, but that's just, your style is a little different. And you plan in your mind how you're going to exercise your worldly, earthly talents to your benefit and the benefit of those you love and who are around you. So this energy moving toward the completion of this cycle, the completion, is what's going to motivate you to stay inspired, to use the strength that's needed to face whatever hidden truths, hidden issues need to be addressed. So this is going to be your main. I'm curious, though, about the nature of these truths. Let's look. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, this feels like the Ace of Pentacles is the beginning of the cycle that this completes. Perhaps when whatever specific area that Spirit wants you to clean up, excuse me, frog in my throat, whatever specific area, it started a while ago. When it began, when this goal here began, whatever goals are related to your material security, when it began, you might have had some hidden agendas, Sagittarius, and that's what you're holding on to here. A hidden agenda that you're not acknowledging. That's what you're going to face. See the secrets there? The secrets, that's what Spirit is going to help you face right now. And you're going to realize that that hidden agenda may be a passion or an enthusiasm you didn't quite acknowledge. It's just not working for you anymore. So in order for you to get here, you are going to be having to face that. And I have a feeling it's something about your job. Something about your job. Or a responsibility you have. A responsibility within your domain. Because you have, Pentacles. This tells me very much it's some kind of material wealth or material security situation. Property or people that are your resource. You had a hidden motive, hidden agenda, maybe a long-standing relationship with an important person in your circle of support, maybe a long-standing relationship where some assumptions were made, and psychologically it's the role you've always played. You know how when you go back home and you visit your parents, you fall into certain roles again, or if you go to a reunion, you fall back into roles. That, especially if this was at work, if you have, yes, this is what it is, because this is your outward ID. That flower moon eclipse was in your first house, is going to be in your first house. So you present yourself as a certain kind of person at work. It started when you first got this job, or when you first took on that responsibility. And it could be that your role with your boss was influenced by your role with your mother or father, or another authority figure in your life. It could be that your role with your colleagues was influenced by your role with your siblings. But it's something that wasn't quite in your level of awareness. This earth energy here, you didn't have a lot of self-awareness about how you did that, or why you fell into that in your workplace. Some time has passed and everyone is used to you now in that. Okay? And this fire energy is going, this, actually, okay, just a minute. This energy is what's helping you uncover the secret. I think it's also part, this is the part of you that is hidden. That's what this is. You are hiding the Sagittarius part of you at work. You are trying to be, you're trying to show a more practical side that, and you're looking like you're all business, only concerned about being the best asset that you can be to your work environment. And you're burying this part of you. You're burying your Sagittarius. Notice there are only 5 wands here. That's the rest of the other ones have been repressed. Your energy, your inspiration, the real you has been repressed. You have to walk away from that. And yes, you're going to use that Pentacles energy to do it, but you're going to use the wisdom of the Queen. You're going to use that Pentacles energy not in this very first way you presented yourself, but with the wisdom you've acquired. You're going to step into your truth, and you're going to show another side of yourself. Yes, because this is what you're aiming for, but you thought you had to do it in a very traditional way, a traditional approach to your work. So let's see now, when your truth emerges and you start showing people the real Sagittarius with the way you communicate. You're going to think before you speak. You're going to bring your needs to the surface, and you're going to deal with them in a very practical way with all that expertise that the Queen is known for, the essence of her element. Well, let's look at Saturn very quickly. Saturn is also going to be retrograding. It's going to, about the middle of the month, it's going to retrograde in your 4th house of foundations and feminine energy. Perhaps you decided you needed to embrace the masculine world of performance at work, and you lost some of that feminine. And that's what's coming out here. And it's especially coming out here with the 10 of Cups. Yeah, okay. Well, let's look at the 10 of Cups. I want some clarification. I've got my deck upside down. Okay. 10 of Cups. First of all, as I said, 10s are completion, abundance. The 10 of Cups represent your emotions, love, romance, your creativity. So I feel like what's going to happen with this renewed Sagittarius, all the deep reflection you do, and the work you're going to do on the way you present yourself at work. You're going to include, notice that it says satiety here too also, because that it also represents perfect abundance, but going a little too far, maybe a little too much excess. So it means it's not too little, it's not too much, it's just right. You've got to be just right. You're satisfied, you've satiated yourself, and now you can relax. Notice also that the moon is here, and that's because of the water energy. You are going to be able to take the secrets that you've learned, or they're not really secret, they're just buried, they're repressed. You are going to be able to use that now to integrate and reach this happiness, this fulfillment. And who's going to help you is this lovely little page. I love pages. Pages are the youthful figures of the court, court cards, and they love to learn. Now, this is the page of swords. So here, this youthful, energetic, and pages are open-minded. They're open-hearted. They love to share. They love to give you. They like to learn with somebody. They don't want to learn all alone. They want to learn with you. So they're saying, will you please learn with me? And they're learning about how to use the swords, their air energy of aligning their character and principles and their truth by using their intellect and communication skills. Page Princess here wants to join you, to share her energy, her enthusiasm for learning, her open mind and heart with you, to get from here, this discouragement, I don't want to let this go, but I have to reach this, using all of this expertise. So this Princess of Swords here is important to you. Now let's look back at Milk and Honey, and we can see how this was pretty much on point here. Milk and Honey, 10 of Pentacles. But I am going to read more about this card from the book to make sure I'm getting all the messages that Spirit wants us to hear. Okay, 51, Milk and Honey. Your essential meaning here, Spirit's telling you that the taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity. Authenticity, folks. Swords, King of Swords. Swords, truth, aligning your character and principles with your outward truth. If this prosperity is born of authenticity, not hiding the real you, it will nurture abundance, and you can trust that your needs will be met. This brings together everything. Let me see if there's more in the Oracle's message. You've entered a sweet time in your life, completion of a cycle. Enjoying the land of milk and honey, because you've reached the end, or are reaching the end. Time for enjoyment that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious. When all of your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe, and remember that comes in with the cups, the intuition that you're going to feel with that full moon that's going to be happening. You're going to get intuition, heightened intuition. So when you are in alignment with the truth that you are in a unique expression of the divine, your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate your purpose. Now is the time when you're seeking your true north. Absolutely. Absolutely, I keep saying Scorpio. I think it's because I'm Scorpio, sun and rising. And it's a time of reflection for all of us. This didn't come up, but those times of reflection, the full moon and the Pluto and Saturn retrograde, it came up in all of our readings. But in yours, it's about this abundance, and you are going to reach it. You're getting spiritual help. Open up to your intuitions, your hunches, your gut, what your gut is telling you, and apply this practical energy here to reach your truth. This was a great reading, Sagittarius. It looks like you are working on alignment, and you're going to come into your alignment. I will be posting more readings next week. No, tomorrow. I'll post the rest of these readings for the other signs, and then by next week I'll have more specific readings up, where I'm going to start with love and relationships, and then I'll move into career and money, and then we'll do a mid-month checkup. We'll do an end-of-month summary, and that's when we're going to talk about, those others are when we're going to talk about the new moon that's going to happen on the 18th, as well as the movement of Sun and Mercury from this busy period in Gemini to your 8th house. Okay. Well, thank you so much for clicking on this reading. I hope that you were able to connect with some or all of it, and that it was enlightening, shed light on some things, and gave you some guidance to work through this month. And I hope that you give me the thumbs up, subscribe if you like, and I will see you again soon. I look forward to reading for you.